You know how many times in my career I went to the wrong house and knocked on the wrong door? Zero. Now, you know how many times I pulled up to the mailbox and looked and went, "Oh, that's the wrong house." Probably a lot.
And welcome back to another episode of True Stories from a Real Private Eye. I'm your host, Vinnie Coppola. With me, as always, is Lynn Lambdin, a real private investigator right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much for coming back. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, we so appreciate you being here. Thank you very much for giving us a shot. Usually, Lynn and I discuss briefly what we may talk about, but this time I have no idea. Lynn, what do you got for us this week?
Vinny, how you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing good, buddy. How about you?
I'm doing okay. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Just another hot day in Atlanta.
For sure. Another hot, crowded day. Holy cow, was it crowded out there on the streets.
Well, we got the soccer tournament here.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Causing a lot of mayhem.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to drive in Atlanta traffic.
Yep. And people from other cities who don't know how to drive coming here to not know how to drive.
So, well, this kind of fits in because the people here in Atlanta don't know how to drive anyways.
Right. So it's just mayhem out there.
Yeah. Well, Vinny, this week I thought we would talk about a case of mistaken address.
Mistaken address. Okay.
Yeah. So many years ago, Vinny, and I just can't even remember. I mean, I hadn't been in the business a long time, 7, 8, 10 years or something. And I got a call, and the attorney was a little skeptical. He said, "I need you to go out and interview this guy." He says that the police busted his door in and raided his house, and he was not the intended target. That this was the wrong house. And in the process, they hurt him. So I'll break it down for you. So I go out to the dude's house, and I'm a little skeptical too, because this is DeKalb County. And DeKalb County is not, this part of DeKalb County is not the most upstanding people.
Okay.
And back, I don't know, 20 years ago, it really wasn't the most upstanding people. DeKalb County is not ran by the most upstanding people.
Right.
The police department is not ran by the most upstanding people. So I go out to the guy's house and I start interviewing him. And I ask him, a series of questions trying to get to the bottom of it. Because we can't take a case if the police actually come into the right house and have a warrant for the right person, and the right person just happens to not be at home.
Right.
You can't, So if I come to interview Vinnie and they come to Vinnie's house looking for Vinnie and Vinnie's not at home at the time, nothing I can do. And Vinnie's wife is there and she gets put on the floor while they search the house. Nothing we can do.
Right.
But if I come to Vinnie's house to interview Vinnie and 10 houses down the street is where they were supposed to be, then we got a case.
Yeah.
So I started interviewing.
Is it against the county? Is it against the police department? Who would that case be against?
It would be against the county, the police department, because it was the county police, the DeKalb County police. So it'd be against the police department, but the county of DeKalb police department would be against both. So I started interviewing the guy, and I find out that the guy is telling the truth. So they were supposed to go into 7856, and I'm not exactly sure about the numbers, but the numbers kind of ran this way. They were supposed to go into 7856, but they went into 7865.
Oh boy.
So here's the first thing that goes through my mind, Vinny. We're at the staging area, and some crackpot in the back of the gang says, "Let the dyslexic guy lead us in."
Yeah, right. I was just thinking that. I was just gonna go there. Yeah.
And this was really, they just transposed the last two numbers.
Yeah.
And they kicked this guy's door in, Vinny.
Yeah.
I mean, they come in and I mean, they was like 50 cops because the guy that they were looking for was wanted for murder, and he was supposed to be armed and dangerous. They kicked the door in. I mean, guns blazing. I mean, full armor. I mean, battering ram, break the door off the hinges, smoke grenades through the windows, bust the windows out. This guy comes, I mean, he gets out of the bed. This was like 3 o'clock in the morning. He comes out, hey, what's going on? And then they instead of going police, they grab him and just thring him to the floor and put their knee in the middle of his back, jerk his arms behind his back, tear his rotator cuff.
Oh, shit.
The guy craps himself, literally craps himself.
Yeah.
And he had to have rotator cuff surgery.
Yeah.
And the guy had a full-time job. He lost his job because he was in jail for like 3 days. And he tried to explain to his company. He said, look, it wasn't me they were looking for.
Yeah.
I know I was in jail for 3 days, but it wasn't me they were looking for. It took them 3 days, Vinnie, to figure out that and it really didn't take them 3 days to figure out that they had the wrong guy. It took them 3 days to come up with a story to figure out how that they were going to spin this to make it look like this guy had done something wrong.
Right.
So that they didn't get in trouble.
Oh, boy. What was their story?
Well, they actually, they knocked the mailbox off the hinges. I mean, knocked the mailbox off the post. So that they said, well, there wasn't no mailbox there, and the law in DeKalb County says you have to have a mailbox up with numbers on it. You know, there was no numbers on his mailbox.
Oh, boy.
Well, come to find out, we actually subpoenaed his regular mail carrier who testified that there was a mailbox there that day, that he delivered mail that Tuesday before.
Yeah.
You know, they came in Tuesday night. The mail guy said, no, I delivered mail there. The mail was there with the street numbers on it. You're full of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
literally full of crap. The guy's
literally, yeah, full of crap, like the guy's pants. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, think about this, Vinnie.
Yeah.
So I got to thinking about it recently this week. And the reason I got to thinking about it is because there's been a couple of news stories where cowardly police officers has killed service animals.
Ugh.
And one of the stories is the police went to the wrong address 3 times and with a warrant.
The same address 3 times?
Went to the wrong address 3 times, and the guy said, man, you're at the wrong address. The guy don't live here. And the 3rd time he went to the wrong address, the service animal supposedly charged the police officer, and he shot the dog and killed it.
Ugh.
And that's what made me think of this story. That's what made me remember this story.
Yeah.
Now, Vinnie, I've been through inner city Atlanta for 30 years. I've encountered every pit bull, bully, Rottweiler, Doberman, every type of dog that you can think of. I've had them sicked at me and everything else. And I have never felt the need to pull my gun and shoot one of them.
Yeah.
99% of the time, if you will stand your ground with one of these aggressive animals, they will back down from you.
Right.
You just have to let them know who's boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if a cop is so ignorant that he goes to the wrong address 3 times, he doesn't need to be a police officer.
No. And if he's so scared that he's going to shoot an animal, he doesn't.
Especially a service animal.
Yeah, service animals. Yeah. Service animals are well-trained animals. They're not lunging and attacking people unless ordered to.
Yeah. Well, and then even
And that's only a select few dogs that are trained for that. You know, a dog that's supposed to alert you when it's time to take your insulin isn't gonna be an attack dog.
Exactly.
Right.
You couldn't even order them to attack.
Right. Not trained for that. Not at all.
Yeah. So we need real men to be police officers.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't need cowards to be police officers.
Yeah. Yeah. And people people that are looking to serve the public and protect the public, not just collect a paycheck and punch a clock.
Well, it goes beyond that, Vinnie.
Yeah.
When you have been beat up all through high school and you're looking for revenge and you're a coward,
yeah,
you shouldn't be allowed to be a police officer.
Yeah, that should be part of the interview process. Were you beat up in high school, in middle school?
Because if you're sitting in an interview room and the person doing the interview goes boo and you pee your pants, that should eliminate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
because you're going to shoot somebody unjustly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've been in a lot of scary situations. And you have to be able to control yourself in those situations.
Absolutely.
And you can't let fear get the best of you.
Yeah.
Now, I've let anger get the best of me, and I've punched some people in the face before.
Well, I'm sure they deserved it.
But I've never let fear get the best of me.
Yeah.
Fear is something that will never get the best of me. That's just, fear is not one of the emotions that's going to ever get the best of me.
Right.
I don't scare.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean that I'm going to square up with somebody and be going, in the back of my head, I'm not thinking, man, this guy's going to whip my ass.
Yeah.
I've thought that many times.
Yeah, heck yeah, so have I.
But I'm willing to take it.
Yeah. Instead of being afraid.
Instead of being afraid, I'm willing to take the ass whipping.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a difference.
Said that on many occasions. This guy might whip my ass, but I will show no fear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to think your way through it.
Yeah.
And when you start showing that fear, you can't think your way through it.
Well, you know what? It's one of the things that's very, very, very true about anybody you run into on the street that gets all in your face, yelling, "Yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass." It's very true about guys like that. Is they're all bark, no bite, as the old saying goes. The same goes for dogs. If you run into a dog that's 99.9% of the time just a scared dog trying to make you back down or run.
Yep.
Yep. And the same is true for people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now you run into somebody, you square off, somebody starts talking, you start talking shit to somebody and someone's just like all calm and goes, "Look, man, I don't want this. And you definitely don't want this. So let's just shake hands and go our own way." That guy's dangerous.
Yeah,
that guy is dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not one that's going to sit and scream and yell at you.
No, me neither.
I'm not one that's going to tell you how bad I'm going to whip you.
Yeah.
All this stuff. But when you start, I'm probably going to be the one that
finishes.
That finishes it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I may not get out of my car. I may just run over you. Just depends on how I feel that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, buddy, I've gotten out of more fights just by being calm. A classic example, man. I remember I was working at this restaurant and this guy who always gave me a hard time, always gave me a hard time, like with, blah, 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 little snide remarks in the background and blah, 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 or whatever. And so I remember one time, I don't remember what he did, but he did something stupid. He either dropped a whole pitcher of tea or something like that. And I went, hey, nice move, man, like that. And he gets all up in my face. Dude, don't mess with me today. Don't fuck with me today. He goes, I will kick your fucking ass. And then he gives me a little push. He goes, I will beat your fucking ass, motherfucker. Not today, man. Not today. And I just calmly went like this. I go, bro. Are you gonna jaw jack or are you gonna take a swing? Because if you want to fight, you're gonna have to hit me. Go ahead, hit me. Come on, man. And he just went, yeah, I ain't got time for this shit. And he just walked away.
Yeah. Didn't bother you anymore, did he?
No, he never bothered me again. But here's the thing, dude. Did I want to fight? No, I didn't want to fight. But I was so disgusted by this act that I remained calm. And I just went, look, bro, you want to fight? Hit me. Let's go. Come on. Swing. In the back of my head, I'm going, woo, that was close.
See, Vinnie, the difference between me and you is I like physical contact sports.
Oh, I like physical. I love hockey, man. I love contact.
I told you, I martial arts was one of my favorite.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I loved just the physical, just to take a punch and to give a punch was just, I loved it. I just couldn't get enough of it.
Man. It's test of wills, man. Test of strength, test of ability. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Just never could get it. Football, man, just never could get enough of it.
Yeah.
The harder I could hit and the harder someone could hit me, just never could get enough of it. Never could get enough.
Dude, I played hockey for a little while. I was a goalie, and my favorite thing in the world was taking a slap shot to the chest. Matter of fact, during warm up, I would say, all right, guys, hardest shot right to the chest. Come on. And I would just stand there like this, and there's bang, like that. Like, yeah, come on, bang again.
This episode is brought to you by Simple Funding, LLC. For all of your pre-settlement funding needs, contact Simple Funding, LLC to receive your money promptly. They're a customer-centric legal funding company that provides exceptional funding solutions at affordable rates. Simple Funding covers a diverse range of cases, including car accidents, slip and falls, worker compensation, medical malpractice, wrongful death, and more. They recognize that life goes on and you need to access your funds immediately, which is why they offer clients a swift and efficient process with minimal documentation requirements. For more information, visit simplefundingllc.com or contact them directly at 678-855-6232.
I mean, I'm not looking for a fight. I don't go looking for them. I'd rather sit down and talk about it, have a nice conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not fight.
You're right, bro. You're right. That is the difference. I, like you, never looking for a fight, but unlike you, I want to try to get out of it any way I can. I want it to be the absolute last resort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put up with somebody for a little bit. I'll put up with them. I mean, if it's me, I'll put up with them for a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, if you say something to my family, my wife or my son,
oh, that's a whole different story.
I won't tolerate it. I won't. Yeah. It doesn't go over very well.
No, then you got to throw down.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't go over very well. But
yeah,
you might get you skull cracked real quick.
Yeah.
But that's just the way life rolls.
Yeah, but apparently, it's all about the way you hold yourself, the way you walk, the way you move. You have to present an air of confidence, and apparently, I do that because I don't get a lot of people messing with me.
No, me either.
Yeah, I don't. Nobody really gives me any crap. So
no, I was serving some papers once, and this guy thought that he was going to, because I served him, and I walked away, and he started cussing me, and I just kept walking, and he started following me, and he just kept continuing to follow me, and he thought that since I was not going to turn around and engage him, that he was going to be a badass. So I go and I open my car door and I get in my car, and he made the mistake of grabbing my car door.
Uh-oh.
And when he grabbed my car door, I just kind of tried to pull it shut, and he jerked it out of my hand. And when he jerked it out of my hand, I came out of my car just that quick.
Yeah.
And I reached up and I grabbed him right by the shirt collar, and I just grabbed him and I said, "Do you want to die?" And he just said, No. That's okay. No, never mind.
Yeah. Nice.
And it was just, and when I came back out of the car, I didn't come back out. I didn't just step back out. I mean, I came back out quick.
You stormed out.
And when and then I just grabbed him with both hands right here by the shirt, and I just jerked him right up in my face, and I said, "You want to die?"
Yeah.
And he was twice my size.
Yeah.
But you're right. He was such a badass.
Yeah.
And as long as I had nothing to say.
And was walking away. As long as you were walking away. Yeah.
As long as I was walking away and I got in my car, and when I grabbed my car door and I tried to shut it, he jerked it out of my hand. And when he jerked it out of my hand, my fingers came off that door handle. Vinnie, it just pissed me off all over that quick.
Yeah.
And I had my hand on the steering wheel, and I just came back out of that car just as fast as I could.
Yeah.
And when I grabbed him, he knew he'd piss me off.
Yeah. He didn't expect that.
Oh, no, he didn't. He thought that I was a coward.
Yeah. He thought you were a coward. He thought that, he could bully you, and he figured it out quick.
Yeah, he thought that he could bully me because I was walking away.
Exactly.
But I had no desire to argue and fight with the guy. I had no desire at all to argue and fight with him.
Yeah.
I was there to do a job.
Right.
I did my job.
Yeah.
And see what made him mad.
Whooping his ass would have been overtime.
That's right. That's exactly right. And the problem with it is he thought that, he'd been hiding from me, and he thought that I couldn't serve him.
Yeah.
And when I'd served him, it made him mad.
Yeah.
And he thought that he was going to be a bully about it.
Yeah.
And I was going to let him have his moment in the sun, let him go home and brag to his wife about how he cussed the process server up and down one side.
Chased him off.
Chased him off. Yeah. Yeah. And then he just, he could have had his glory until he jerked that car door out of my hand.
Yeah.
And then that ended his little fun in the sun.
Yeah, but I bet you he still tells the story the other way.
Oh, sure he does.
Yeah. Yeah. So what happened with this? What happened with this lawsuit? Did he get paid?
Well, the guy had to go through a surgery and get his rotator cuff repaired.
That's hard.
And the county had to pay to get the front of his house fixed.
Yeah.
And the back of his house fixed, because they kicked his back door in too, because they came in his front door and his back door at the same time.
Oh God.
And they had to pay him a large chunk of change. They had to pay him they had to pay him a little over $500,000. Did
they settle, or did they go to court over this?
They settled.
Yeah.
They settled.
Because they saw the witness, they saw the postal worker, they saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they tried not to give us the original warrant. And when we got the original warrant, the case was pretty much over.
Yeah.
Because it was 56 and they went into 65.
Yeah.
It was like 10 houses apart.
Yeah.
And I mean, think about that, Vinnie.
It was even the wrong side of the street.
It was even the wrong side of the street.
Yeah. 56 and 65 is two different sides of the street.
One's on the right and one's on the left. But if you think about it, if you are going to conduct a raid like that with this many police officers, SWAT team, guns out, kicking in doors and all this stuff, wouldn't you send somebody by in a civilian car?
Yeah, absolutely.
To pick out the house?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't send Bob, the guy who everybody has to write his reports for because the guy can't spell or read.
Yeah.
The dyslexic guy.
Yeah, don't send Bob, who's dyslexic and can't write his name down right. Who
Don't
can't
write
get
his name
Bob
down right.
right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying don't hire Bob. Just don't put him in charge of the raid.
Well, Vinny, anytime that I would go do surveillance,
Yeah.
either a couple days before or the morning of or the day before or something, I would always do a couple of drive-bys just to make sure that I have the right house.
Yeah.
I'd always, put a camera somewhere and just drive by just to,
Make sure
just
you got
to,
yeah.
just you got to do your reconnaissance. You got to make sure that you got the right place.
Right. Right.
Because
You don't want to be sitting outside a house for 6 hours and it's the wrong damn address.
yeah, I mean, how do you tell the guy, hey, you got to pay me? I sat out in front of the wrong house all day.
Yeah.
Hey, did you catch my wife? What do you mean? She never left.
Yeah.
You didn't see the gold Mercedes? Gold Mercedes, it was a black SUV.
Yeah. Yeah. A black SUV. That's not my house. That's Bob's house. Yeah. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah. So, and you would be shocked, Vinny, if I just Googled it. You would be surprised at how many times this happens. How many times cops go into the wrong house.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm sure. Wasn't there a story about cops killing somebody like last year or the year before going in the wrong house?
I think there was, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, when you've got 50 cops doing a raid on a house, you would think that one of them would speak up and go, hey, guys, hey, wrong place.
Yeah. Just one.
Just one.
Yeah. Guys, whoa. Everybody, hold on a second. I thought it was 56. We're at 65. What are we sure we're at the right house? Shut up, man. Shut up. Bob knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you got the murder suspect sitting there on the front porch smoking a cigarette going, this is pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. I'm never moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is the perfect county for me. They'll never catch me here.
Yeah.
Bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah. Boy, I'd like to know. I'd like to know if there had to be some firings. There had to be.
I doubt it.
Really?
It's DeKalb County. I doubt it.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, they tried to sweep it under the rug. That was one of the reasons that we got so much money on the case, is they tried to sweep it under the rug.
Right.
They held the guy in jail for 3 days trying to come up with a reason that they went into his house.
Yeah.
But the guy had never been arrested in his life. I think he had like 1 or 2 speeding tickets. Hadn't had a speeding ticket in over 15 years. Had worked the same job for like 25 years. He was an older guy. He was like 61 or 62 years old when this happened. Never been in any trouble in his life. No reason for him to ever be on a cop's radar for any reason. And they tried to hold him in jail for like 3 days to try to come up with a reason why they needed to hold him in jail.
Yeah.
It's a sad state of affairs. And see, if I would have been the head honcho, I would have said, sorry, dude. Sorry. We made a mistake.
Yeah. Send us the bill. Send us the bill for the shoulder.
Let's get you to a hospital.
Yeah.
And instead they try to hold him in jail for 3 days to make up falsified charges. And you know what they were doing? They were running background checks on him. They were doing everything that they could to try to find anything that they could for any reason they could to backdate a warrant to get a judge to sign a warrant. That's all they were doing.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Yeah. But we ended up winning the case.
Good. That's corruption right there. That's serious corruption.
Yeah. But it goes all the way to the top, Vinny. Police officers are the worst in the world. Police officers will cover for each other. Judges will cover for police officers when they do stupid shit like that. Yeah. Sorry, it's true.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
and here's the sad part: there's not one judge out there that wouldn't have signed a warrant if they could have found anything on him. Oh, he jaywalked in 1982. Oh, well, give me that warrant. I'll sign it for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Just to protect their asses.
just to protect them. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And like we've talked about it many times on this podcast, the corruption that goes all the way to the top, all the way to judges, senators, congressmen, as Lynn puts it, the good old boy system, them covering each other's backs. You wash my back, I'll wash your back. Hey, help me out with this. I'll help you out with something, comes along. And it's not intended. It's supposed to be protecting and serving the people. And it's not. It's protecting and serving their own interests.
This episode is brought to you by the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, voted the best law firm by the American Institute of Trial Lawyers. When life hits you hard with a serious injury, don't let insurance companies hit you harder with lowball offers and endless runaround. You deserve justice. You deserve compensation. You deserve to win. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates have a high-powered legal team with a nationwide reach and the highest rating on the National Attorney Rating Service. Trial Magazine calls them one of the most influential law firms in America. They win big. Big results at trial court, appeals court, the state Supreme Court, and are recognized as award-winning litigators of the year. The Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates handle everything so you can heal. Don't face this battle alone. The aftermath of an accident is traumatic enough. Medical bills pile up, pain overwhelms, emotions run high, and that's where they step in to shoulder the legal fight while you focus on what truly matters, your recovery. They are the first law firm to offer a bigger settlement guarantee. If they can't beat the amount of your current settlement with a bigger settlement offer, your legal fees are free. Ready to win your case? Find out in one phone call if you have a case and how much your case is really worth. Call the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates today at 1-888-477-0597 or visit them online at becauseyouwanttowin.com.
Well, look at Jimmy Atchison.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a clear case of a police officer shooting an unarmed kid.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court of Georgia ruled that it was a justifiable killing. This kid was in his underwear.
Had no weapons.
Had no weapons at all.
Yeah.
Nothing. Not even an ink pen on him.
Didn't reach for something like he was reaching for a weapon.
Had his hands up.
Yep, had his hands up.
According to court testimony from other police officers, he had his hands up. And this police officer shot him, and they let him retire with benefits, and the judge ruled that it was justifiable.
Yeah.
How's that not corruption?
It's 100% corruption. It's money changing hands to make something happen. Favors being done. It's 100% that. 100%.
Yeah. And just like the case that I had in Sandy Springs where that I got caught speeding and recorded the police officer lying.
Yeah.
And recorded the police officer, took it into court and took it in front of the judge where he lied. And instead of the police officer impeaching him as a witness and bringing him up on perjury charges, they threatened to take me to jail.
Yeah.
Now, what the judge should have done was remove the corrupt police officer for lying in court and prevented him from being a police officer ever again.
And wasting the court's time. Yeah.
But yet I get reprimanded for drawing out a bad police officer, and he's back out there on the streets.
Yeah.
And now we got a corrupt judge and a corrupt police officer.
Yep.
Because now the police officer's got something to hold over the judge's head.
Yeah. Yep.
So tell me how that's not just straight up corruption.
It is straight up corruption. And the sadder part is that no one's going to do anything about it. The only way it could change, is if we, the people, vote them out and vote someone in who is gonna, do the job and do the job the way it's supposed to be done. But
Yep.
so many times over and over, it just doesn't work out that way.
Nope.
We get duped again and again and again by false promises and corrupt a-holes.
Corrupt a-holes. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Well, we get duped every time, Vinny.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, and these police officers who went into the wrong address, they should be fired.
Yeah.
They should, every one of them should be fired.
Absolutely.
And you say, why should every one of them be fired?
At the very least, the dude who's running the thing should be fired. At the very least.
And the guy who's supposed to be checking him should be fired.
Yeah. But everybody who participated, if this was a perfect world, should be fired.
Yep. Because
Incompetence.
Yeah. Because it's just incompetent to go into the wrong address.
And then beat up somebody. Did anybody look at a picture of the guy? Wait a minute, this ain't the guy. Don't stop punching him. That's not the guy.
Well, Vinny, the fact is that when you are going to go into when you're going to do an unlawful search and seizure, and that's what that is when you go into the wrong address, it's an unlawful search and seizure. You should, when you're going into somebody's house on a warrant, you should make sure that you're going into the right house.
Absolutely.
There shouldn't be none of this nonchalant BS where that you're just going, okay, guys, it's 7856. Let's hope we get the right address.
It's 7856. I see a 7, an 8, a 5, and a 6. Let's go.
You should do your due diligence, and either the day before or 2 days before or something, you should drive by that house and make sure you got the right address.
Yeah.
You shouldn't just at 3:00 in the morning say, okay, this looks like the address. Let's go.
Yeah.
So what if you come in my house at 3:00 in the morning and I open fire and kill 2 or 3 of you, and it's the wrong house?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to prison. Now I'm going to prison for the rest of my life because you didn't announce yourself and you had no warrant.
Right.
Now, you had a warrant to go in 10 houses down the street, but you didn't have a warrant to come into my house. I was just protecting my property.
Right. But aren't you justified, though? Aren't you justified in your own house if someone comes in your house and you shoot them?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So you're not going to prison.
Yeah, you are. You killed 3 police officers. You killed 3 police officers. Sure you are. Or they're going to kill you in the process.
Yeah.
They're going to kill your whole family in the process. They're going to open fire and kill your whole family.
Yeah.
Just because they came into the wrong place and you didn't know who they were, and they're going to kill everybody in your house.
Yeah.
Think about that. They came in with about 50 to 75 officers, Vinny.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Front and back, throwing smoke grenades in the front through the front windows.
Yeah.
Busted the door in, busted the back door in.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. I wonder how long it took them to figure it out. And they go, all right, shut up, Mr. Banks. I'm not Mr. Banks. When did they, how much of a beating did the guy take? How long?
They found it out. They found it out real quick.
Yeah.
As soon as they took his driver's license and figured out that they had the wrong guy.
Yeah.
But they still took him to jail because they wanted to trump up charges and get a warrant for that address so that they could justify what they done. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Quick thinking on their part. Let's take them to jail. Let's cook something up.
No, Vinny, it wasn't quick thinking. It was what they'd done on the last 10 places they'd went into unjustly.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's right. They've done this bullshit before. They know what they were doing.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't intentional, but hey, look, man, last time something like this happened, here's how we handled it. We got away with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Ridiculous.
Yep. And this guy called an attorney, a good attorney, and we jumped right on it. He called us within 24 hours of getting out of jail.
Good.
And we jumped right on it, verified his story,
Yeah.
and verified his injuries, got him to a doctor, got his surgery, and got moving forward on it. And
Nice.
and his story checked out. It was all true.
Yeah.
And here's the part that bothers me about it is when I done a search on it, this has happened hundreds of times.
Wow.
And I'm not talking about, them going into your parents' house because they think you live at home and calling that the wrong address. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm
Right.
talking about them just identifying the numbers wrong and them going into the wrong house.
Yeah.
Totally the wrong house. They're not going into the Coppola house. They're going into the Johnson house because they identified the wrong house. Well, this
Right.
looks like the house in the picture. Well, the house in the picture's blue. This one's red.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does it look like the house?
Right.
I mean, Vinny, okay, so let's say that you're an Amazon driver and you deliver the package to the wrong house. No harm, no foul.
Right.
When you're a cop, you're held to a higher standard.
And you should
If you don't want to be held to that higher standard, don't be a cop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
When you're a doctor, you're held to a higher standard. If you don't want to be held to that higher standard, sorry.
Don't be a
But
doctor.
when you're a cashier at QT, you're not held to the same higher standard as you are as a police officer or a doctor.
Right.
So if you don't want to be held to that higher standard, go to QT.
Yeah.
But see, you see, here's the problem with that. You don't have that power trip that you have. So you don't have that gun and that badge at QT.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
See, that's the issue.
Yeah.
So you need that power. You need to feel that you have that power over other people. That's why you're a cop. That's why you can't get the numbers right. That's why you are going to the wrong numbers. That's why you don't have time to verify that you're going to the right house.
Exactly.
You know how many times in my career I went to the wrong house and knocked on the wrong door?
I can guess, but tell me.
0.
Yep. That's what I was going to guess.
0. You know how many times I pulled up to the mailbox and looked and went, oh, that's the wrong house? Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Never did I do surveillance on the wrong house because I checked and I verified. But see, that's the difference in having a little bit of common sense and not having a power trip.
Yeah. Yep.
And I hate to sound that way, and not all cops are that way.
Yeah, but the ones that are pulling this crap, they're that way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Because if they didn't have that power trip, I'll tell you what. There was a satellite precinct in Alpharetta, Georgia, for the Fulton County Police Department. I walked in there one day, and there was this young lady sitting at the front desk. And I started talking to her about about police officers. And I said, you going to be a police officer? She said, no. She said, I hate police officers.
Mm-hmm.
I said, why, are you married to one? She said, no. She said, I'd never marry a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
I said, why is that? She goes, well, I've worked here about 3 years. And she said, I come to work here because I respected police and I thought it was a noble job. And she said, after I worked here about 6 months, she said, I realized that these nice young men come and apply for a job, and they're so nice and they're so respectful. And then they get a job as a police officer. And after about 6 months, they become the biggest assholes in the world, and they would smack their own mother for that gun and badge.
Yeah.
And she said they would lie, cheat, and steal for that blue brotherhood.
Wow.
She said the Ku Klux Klan. She said the Ku Klux Klan and the Black Panthers would team up for the blue brotherhood.
Yeah.
She said, I hate every one of them.
Wow.
And this comes from somebody that worked with police officers every day for 3 years, and that was her assessment of someone who become a police officer. And I said, now that's not all of them. She goes, that's every damn one of them.
Wow. Wow.
She said, you give them a gun and a badge, and she said after about 6 months, they would smack their own mother. And she said when they come in here and apply, she said they're the nicest, most respectful young men in the world.
Yeah.
And she said after about 6 months on the force, she said they're the biggest assholes I've ever met in my life.
Wow.
She said I would disown my own child if they tried to date a police officer.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. See,
Yep.
right there. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Right there.
That'll tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
She said they get that little bit of power, and she said they're the awfulest people you'd ever met in your life.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Hey, if you'd like to listen to the Jimmy Atchison episode, I'll put a link down in the description here. It's a very heart-wrenching story. We interview Jimmy's father on that episode, and he tells us what he went through trying to get justice for his son. And Lynn and I were trying to aid him in that pursuit, but inevitably the Supreme Court ruled against him, and that officer is retired now with a pension and everything.
And Jimmy Atchison's father is still trying, and he still sits on the streets of Atlanta with a sign that says, "Ask me about my son."
Yeah.
And it is one of the most heart-wrenching.
It's a very sad story. Yeah. If you are new to the podcast and you want to hear a pretty sad story, I'll put the link down in the description there.
And everything that Jimmy Atchison's father, whose also his name is Jimmy, tells in the podcast is verifiable through court documents.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was a good episode, despite being depressing, but yeah, very, very sad. If you like stand-up comedy and goofball videos, check me out online. The easiest way to find me is through my website, which is www.vinnie.com. That's VINNIE.com. All the links to all my social media is there. If you need to surveil someone, serve someone papers, if you're looking for someone, can't find them, any kind of private investigative work, Lynn Lambdin is the best. Tell them your website.
www.lwias.com.
And thank you, Simple Funding and the Accident Attorneys of Monge and Associates, for sponsoring this episode. And thank you for being here. We do so appreciate it. We'll see you next week.